However, there are other kinds of trusts that may be appropriate for you, and this is where it's important to speak to an attorney. Now, that's a basic on what a will is, but what about a trust? So a trust is a little more in-depth. It's a little more complicated than a will because it's not necessarily the same document, but it acts with that will. So what the trust does, it's usually referred to when we're talking about trust as a revocable living trust. That's going to be the most common trust you run into. However, there are other kinds of trusts that may be appropriate for you, and this is where it's important to speak to an attorney. So there's a couple kinds of trusts that we deal with, and what a trust is, which is a really common question, is it sets up a way to hold assets for the benefit of somebody else. However, a trust is holding assets on behalf of somebody else. You designate beneficiaries, who are the people who can receive the benefits of those assets. You want to designate trustees, who are the people who are going to manage the assets. And what we do with those assets is we actually convert them into assets that are owned by the trust. So if you move a house into a trust, you actually have to draft a new deed, and the new deed will say that the house is owned by the trust.